Hi, guys. So I keep thinking about this, and I don't know, like the most random thing happened to me the other day, and it was kind of mild. So thank God. I feel very grateful that it wasn't anything too crazy. But I keep thinking about it, and I just wanted to tell you my quick story. So a few days ago, less than a week ago, I was at a Walgreens. And there's kind of like a long backstory, but I didn't have, so I got dropped off at Walgreens because I needed to get feminine products. And it's part of the story. That's why it's funny. So I go to the Walgreens, and this was in Northeast Philadelphia. And I'm in the aisle for the feminine products. And this guy walks by with a cart, like an empty cart. I think it was empty. But he walked by me. Yes. Yes, Sam. It was a Walgreens in Northeast Philly. I'm glad that you know that. Yay, Sam. Anyway, so whatever. A guy walked by me with a cart in the feminine aisle. I didn't really think anything of it because I'm like, whatever, maybe he's getting something for his wife or his girlfriend or whatever. But he leaves the aisle. Meanwhile, I'm still standing there trying to figure out which one do I want, and do I want, because I got caught off guard with it. So I was not prepared, and I was not home, and I needed to go and get situated. So I was like, which do I think I need? Do I want the number 4? Do I want number 3? I didn't know what I wanted. So here I am. And it's also kind of annoying, if someone's near you while you're looking for feminine products. So anyway, I'm in the aisle. The guy leaves the aisle, and then he comes back. He comes back through the aisle. So I'm like, that's so weird. Whatever. But he still has nothing in his cart. But he also looked like he was doing Instacart or something like that. He was maybe looking for something that someone had ordered. So whatever, gave him the benefit of the doubt, figured maybe he's looking for something for someone. So I just didn't think anything of it. So I get my 2 products. I got maxi pads and tampons. Sorry guys, but this is part of the story. And then I start walking through the store, and I'm waiting for my ride because my ride wasn't there yet. And I figured, you know what? I'll look around and get a couple more things. And I wind up starting to kind of work my way back to the counter. God, I look so bad. I'm sorry guys. And I have to get ready. I'm in the middle of doing so much stuff. So I'm on my way walking back to the counter, and I see the guy that walked by me a few times in the feminine aisle, and he has a cart full of stuff now. Now he has 6 things, big things, small things. I'm like, damn. And it was so weird. He was just kind of standing there, almost waiting for me. It was weird, but I didn't really think anything of it again. And he was very courteous, and he's like, ladies first. He didn't really say it, but he kind of used the hand gestures, ladies first. So I'm like, okay. So he kind of and I'm like, great. I was like, thank you so much. Meanwhile, I'm holding tampons and maxi pads. So it's embarrassing, but it's whatever. So I get to the counter, and I say to the guy at the counter, oh, lucky you get to ring me up, because it was it's awkward. And the guy laughs, and a split second later, the guy, he laughs at my joke, and then all of a sudden I hear him say oh, hell no. And he jumps over the counter, right past my shoulder, literally, from behind the counter, jumped over it. I don't even know how he did it. And I was I didn't know what was happening. And it turns out the guy with the cart of stuff was trying to steal the cart. So I guess he used me as a decoy. So he was waiting for me to go check out. So that way I would maybe be a distraction or something to the cashier. And that way he could go out of the store. But the cashier saw it, and he literally jumped over my shoulder and ran after the guy with the cart. It happened so fast. And I was like, oh my God. And it's so weird. And I keep thinking about the scenario because there's so many things happening in the world today, and so many scary things happening. And I try to be as vigilant as possible, and I feel I would know what to do in a situation. And you think, I'm going to go out the back, or I'm going to find a safe spot, or I'm going to, you think, oh, well, if I was there. I literally stood there in shock, and I'm by myself. I don't have my car. And And like, I didn't feel like really scared, but the situation was just scary, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't feel like threatened or anything, but it was just like, it was just like a weird thing to like kind of witness and see. And then I'm like, what do I do? Like, how do I leave? I can't leave because I don't have my ride. And then I'm like, I want to be safe for myself. But then again, like, what if this person comes back in the store? Like, I don't know. It was just like an awkward thing. So I see this young girl, this blonde girl was like standing outside and she was just kind of standing there. So I figured like she was watching what was happening. And obviously if there was like a gun or like something, she would have been screaming and running away. So because she was just watching, I figured it was safe for me too. So I turned on my camera and I actually got it on camera. So basically I came out and I got on camera the guy from Walgreens basically tussling. It's just kind of funny. Like when I watch it back, it looks very mild, but in the moment it felt like crazy. But when you watch it, it's kind of mild. But they were like in a fight. Like the guy from Walgreens was like fighting the guy and trying to get the stuff back. And then the guy basically like gives up. Meanwhile, his like friend in the truck that was like the getaway truck got out. It was like, I don't even know. He got out of the truck and then he basically was like, come on, let's go. I'm guessing. And then they both like went back to the truck. So I got on video the guy basically fighting the guy and then like basically exhausted from doing that and then grabbing all the stuff for his Walgreens and bringing it in. And then those other two got back in the truck and I have a video of the truck and the license plate. And I was like, oh my God, like this is crazy. I can't even believe I just saw this happen in front of me. So anyway, I say to the Walgreens guy, because honestly, like I needed the tampons and the maxi pads and I didn't want to leave. Then I'm like, I should have just left with them, but I didn't have my car. But anyway, so I cracked myself up thinking about that. Anyway, so I say to the guy, I'm like, wow, you must really love your job. Like you went after that guy. And he's like, oh yeah. And he was exhausted and I couldn't believe it. Like he was like fighting for that stuff. He's like, that guy's not going to steal my stuff. And then I said, well, guess what? I got it on video. Like I'll send it to you and then you can show your boss. And then he was like, yeah, well, I sent it to him through AirDrop. So he doesn't have my number, which was good because I didn't want to really like give my number. But anyway, he's like, I can't show my boss because I'll get fired. I'm like, what? And it's like, and he's like, yeah, you can't stop people. Like when they're stealing, you can't stop them. And he said, he'll get fired. And then there was another guy working there with him who came out and saw the video and was like, yeah, oh my God, like we could get fired. And I'm like, and I was like, well, then what made you do it? And he's like, instinct. And I'm like, that's wild. Like, and I know that these things are happening, especially in Philly. Yeah, right? Yeah, Chaka. I know these things are happening and, like obviously we've seen them like at the Apple store and like big places and like department stores and stuff. And like, if this is just to me, one of those scenarios, like if it doesn't happen to you or if you're not part of it, it doesn't really have as much meaning. It was very odd to see it happen and to know that like that guy could just go out with a cart and just walk out of the store and like nobody's going to should stop him. Like it's not right. The whole thing is not right. And then I feel bad for the employee because he really like jumped over the counter, ran out, fought the guy and brought all the stuff back. Like I get it that like there's a liability there. If he got hurt, that would be big for the company and they'd rather probably obviously mitigate their losses and have, their stuff stolen, which is worth X amount, like $100 versus having like thousands of dollars of bills for their employee. I totally understand that. But at the same time, it's like human instinct to do what's right. And if you see somebody stealing from your business, even if it's not your business, people take pride in their jobs and people want their jobs. And for someone to go and actually fight somebody to get the product back and to get fired for that, that just really bothers me. And it's been like eating at me for days. I feel bad. Like, and then I'm like, maybe I should, post the video and try to like blur the guy's face just to like show people the video or something. It just bothered me. And I just had to talk about it. That's all. I just had to like put it out there. And I was curious if you guys had an opinion on something like that, or if you've been a part of something like that, or if you've seen something. I know my friend was in happened to be walking in Philly when people were raiding the Apple store, and then like they had dropped all these like phones, and then he went back to go try to return them, but the doors were locked, and it's a whole story. And they were like, no, and he's like, no, I'm returning things. I found them on the ground. So it's just a wild scenario, and I'm upset for the employee, and I feel bad, and I think he deserves like a raise for doing that, and it sucks that he could get fired, and obviously I don't want to get anybody fired, so just thought I'd bring that to all of your attentions, and curious what your thoughts are on that. And I'm still kind of freaked out by it. I don't know why. And it was a very mild robbery. Like, thank God, it was just very mild. It was a light tussle, but you see them tussling, and then you see them both like break up, and then you see the kid run away, and then you see, like, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, well, that's enough for today. I just wanted to kind of get it out there. And I hope you guys are having a good day. I have such a long day ahead of me. I have so much work to do. But I've been wanting to talk about this for days. So I'm glad I finally did. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. And make sure to comment. I'm just curious your thoughts. Okay, bye.